Casting the team. This is a big one. Um, Agencies with strong business savvy presenters will always beat those who bring in the day-to-day team members. Agencies with presenters who have the ability to hold court, to command the room, to inspire the client will always beat those who are weak in the room. Even one weak presenter will cost you the entire pitch. A client, they're about to give you potentially a big portion of their budget, and they're pretty nervous about that. So if they start to see a couple of people wobbling at the front of the room or just aren't confident and strong, that shakes their confidence in you, in your whole team, not just that individual. It's not, oh, it just sort of averages itself out. No, 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 no. It shakes their confidence in the entire team and in the entire agency. And I know it's different for your agency. You hear, we only want those who will work on our business to be in the room. And it's actually a valid request from clients, but again, one weak presenter will bring down the entire pitch. It'll shake the confidence of that senior decision maker. In fact, senior decision makers are always drawn to strong, strategic, business savvy individuals, business savvy teams, just like you are. So we recommend a core pitch team, or maybe if you're big enough, several core pitch teams. Now, we in fact follow a number of agencies as the industry starts to adopt this a little bit more. But there's one in particular that we followed for a number of years. We've shared this story a couple of times. There's one agency that completely ignores this request, and they bring in only 5 rock star presenters off their management team. They're not dedicated to do business, but they are the core presentation team. And they will come in, and the first thing they do is they acknowledge the client's request that is different from what they just did. So they'll say to the client, we just want to note that you guys made a really important request. They validate it. You asked that only the people that would work on the business be here today to present. And obviously you want to meet those people to know if they are going to be strong enough to work on your business. And we think that's really important. However, we found that having them present the front of the room for 60 seconds, 90 seconds is no way to get to know a team that is about to become your marketing, your business partner. Our recommendation is, if you like what you see today, don't hire us. Make it subject to us sending that team over for interviews. You need to spend a half hour with each of them, maybe even an hour with each of them. We've got them standing by and ready to go, which they don't, because they got to know if they're going to win the business like you do. But they say, we've got the team standing by and ready to go, and we will send them over right away. You need to interview them to be 100% confident. Now, let me talk to you about why you need to know these 5 people around the table today. Brad, head of strategic planning. He is the strategic brain trust of this agency. Every piece of strategy goes through him. He, in fact, crafted a good portion of our entire strategic process. Our creative director, they talk about the different roles. This is the brain trust of the agency. You need to know how we think and operate so you understand how this agency thinks and operates. So if it sounds acceptable to you, we'll continue. We'll send the team over for interviews afterwards, should you like what you see. And the best part of it is what we hear that the senior decision maker says is, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. You're kind of making a big deal of it. But yeah, that sounds fine. Now, our recommendation isn't quite that bold, but you do need to have core teams augmented by those who would work on the business as long as they can present well. So don't worry, we're not saying ignore that 100% completely. We're not saying that. But you need to have core teams who pitch together regularly, who present together regularly, who start to develop a chemistry at the front of the room. Teams that are assembled on the fly present like teams who are assembled on the fly. It shows. We've been a part of so many rehearsals with agencies, and it's so obvious. Like I can tell a few of you have presented together before, but I can tell you haven't for a while. And you have never presented with those 2 people. It's completely obvious because you can't even do transitions well, as opposed to a team that presents together so frequently. This is one of the changes we made at Wieden & Kennedy as well. We started in the New York office. There were 5 of us. While I was there, we presented together probably 60 or 70 times. And we were a machine. Our win rate went up. the impact of our presentations went up, the chemistry that we had in the room improved, clients fed off that chemistry, then we would augment. If we needed to bring in maybe an account director, an account person, or a creative or something, we would augment to try to address those who would work on the business. And it had quite an impact on our conversion rate. And sometimes augmented with those who have deep category experience so that they can be speaking to or speaking like an insider to the client.